The Mesopotamian marshes are known today by the name Al-Ahwar or Ahwar al-Iraq, Iraqi marshes. This massive wetland is located in southern Iraq, and it plays as a vital source of economy for many Iraqis, especially in the provinces of Misan and Nasiriyah in particular. In 2016, UNESCO declared the Al-Ahwar in Iraq as a World Heritage Site. Hi, and welcome to InFocus. This is Jabbar Al-Obaidi. In this episode, we'll take you to between two places, one in the United States, in Philadelphia, and actually as a historical perspective, part of the project that we're going to address in this episode is coming from ancient traditional house or madif in Iraq. So we have our guest is Yaroub Al-Obaidi. He's a designer. He's also a lecturer, and he knows about the subject that we will be addressing very soon. So thank you for joining InFocus this morning. And Mr. Yaroub Al-Obaidi, thank you so much for taking the time.
It's our pleasure. It's my pleasure, Doctor.
And InFocus is it's really very pleased to have you this morning. And is it possible to share with our audience some of your background when you came from Iraq and where you were and where your career took you, and then you settled here in Philadelphia?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. And it's really an honor to meet you and meet the audience in Boston. My name is Yaroub Al-Obaidi. I born in Diyala, in province. Diyala is about close to Baghdad, about 50 miles from Baghdad. And I just finished the high school in Diyala, and I moved to Baghdad to follow my dream to be an artist and designer. And I became a student at the College of Fine Arts in Baghdad since 1997. And I finished my degree. Then I became a master student the second year immediately. And I got my master 2004. Then I became a lecturer at University of Baghdad College of Fine Arts in design department for 3 years. That's, I'm very blessed to have within 10 years, I jumped from student to be a lecturer. That's such a great things. I always remember that is very great. And I met amazing people at the college who guided me in my way. Then in 2007, I left Iraq for, I threatened by some people. Unfortunately, I left Iraq to Syria first for a few months. Then I moved to Malaysia because I found in that time I found job in Malaysia, and that's why I moved. And I live in Malaysia for about 9 years. Then I just admitted to the United States in 2016. It's exactly June 16, 2016. And I'm going to have my fifth anniversary this in just a few days later. And since I reached to the United States in 2016, I involved with many art projects in Philadelphia. First of all is the Radio Silence, is the project by Michael Rakowitz. He's the Iraqi American artist, and in that time, this project is is about Iraqi culture, the voice of Iraq in US, and from this project also I also work as a community liaison at Swarthmore College. We did a project called Friends, Peace, and Sanctuaries about book arts, and we teach Iraqi and Syrian people who are settled in Philadelphia something about how the book could be art by itself. The traditional structure for books we transfer to be artwork, and I was the community liaison for that project. In 2018, also, I became a global guide at Penny Museum Middle East Gallery, and that's also such a great and amazing time for me to be near the artifacts from my home country, and I I start to be like ambassador for Iraqi ambassador in Middle East Gallery. People come to our museum. They, interesting to hear our stories, to hear the Iraq now, Iraq before. They want to have their their conclusion about Iraq as a country. And 2018 also, I started my master degree. This is my second master in socially engaged art from Moore College of Art and Design, and I graduated in 2019. Then 2019, I start also do some work at the museum. I still work there as a part-time tour guide, and also I'm working now with another project at the museum called International Classroom, and this one I present about Iraq. We do have this kind of programs for the schools, universities, senior groups. So many type of audience. We met like weekly, monthly, and this another role I do at the museum. 2020, we start to think and we start to our conversation about Al-Mudif, me and the other American artist,
So let
Sarah.
me stop you
Yes.
there. So
Yes,
it's congratulations on all these amazing accomplishments.
thank you so much.
So the foundation was actually or being as establishment is actually in Baghdad, Iraq, right? In the
Yeah, of
College
course.
of Fine Arts. So what kind of projects that you have done there, and then that will lead you to come to these very ambitious projects in the United States?
That's a great question, Doctor. Thank you so much for this question. In that time, our scholars is very so friendly, number one, and they are very helpful. They are supportive. In that time, during the college, we have some, like every year we have an annual exhibition for our project, and in that time we do have the some big variety of of a project we did, like furniture, lighting equipment, and my master degree is especially about school bags for kids. So I redesigned the school bags at the Iraqi leather industry in Baghdad. And all my life there is actually with materials like fabric, iron, aluminium, wood. Uh, that's actually that time shaped. I mean, within this 10 years I spent in the college, it shaped my life, shaped my personality. I start to learn from the other scholars who teach us, who are so generous with us in the information, start to follow up with us, gave the advice how we can be good designers, how we can be good artists, how we can be, good contributor to the community in the college or in Iraq in general. Yeah.
Yeah. So you seem you have this interest in protecting the environment and also use the raw materials that are provided by the environment. Have you ever seen or watched Qasim Hawal documentary film about Al-Ahwar or the marshes in Iraq and all, reads there, of course?
Yeah. Okay. This one, my interesting in materials started very early, actually, you can say in Baghdad as a designer. But when I came here to be honest, when I came to the United States, I start to think about the raw materials more. I start to be interested to tell the story of the material itself. For example, now when we build this guest house, we are not just building it's not just a building. It's a story is a message by the material itself. The material, the reeds, the phragmites is the first engagement between a human and the environment in Mesopotamia. near or around the marsh. So that's what made this material more, attracted me more, because I feel that the material itself tells story, have the message, and that's why I always repeat this. Always when I think about this material, I remember Marshall McLuhan. The medium is the message, and the medium is the massage. So this is very interesting book for me, and I really start to make the connection between what he stated there and what I'm doing now, when the material itself could tell a message, could deliver a message about Mesopotamia. So people, when they look to what we are doing now, they immediately think about the material is not to break. So why is reed? And that's actually opened the door to, for more engagement, for more questions and answer about the culture, why this is important in the marsh in Iraq. I saw many documentaries. I saw many, even by Qasim Hawal, by other filmmakers who been to the marsh, who do very great and amazing documentaries about the life in the marsh, about the material, about people. One more thing also attracted me so much. I read an article and is actually his interview with Zaha Hadid, the Iraqi British architecture, and she mentioned and she exactly stated that her designs influenced by the trip that she and her family took to southern of Iraq, when she saw that the people, the animal, the housing, everything is flooding with very harmony. There is the harmony there, and that's actually another thing that made me think about why this material is important. So I just follow the other great people before me, who gave us different perspectives. Yeah.
Well, is really so essential that you frame it in such a way that you went back to Marshall McLuhan and his message about the medium is the message, and how you utilize the materials around you as an artist, as a teacher, as also a designer. And
Yeah.
now in your own project now,
Yeah.
how did you or have what are the challenges first before actually you jump and start to reconstruct or construct the project?
Thank you for this question. Uh, to be honest, any project have challenging, have something, but for this project, I found very supportive people around me. Now we are working with the people who are hosting us is the Schuylkill Center for Environmental Education. That's an institution here in Philadelphia, is a park, is a for school, for is education institution about environment. They hosted us and they say, okay, we can host this project. We are very thrilled to do that, and they support us with the land, with many facilities and logistic here at the Schuylkill Center. There is another park is around Philadelphia actually. That one, when we got the reeds, because Schuylkill Center only have trees. So that one called John Hines Wildlife Refuge. They have the reeds and they have the marsh inside. And we had actually two activities to collect the reeds from there. And when anytime we say, okay, we're looking for a volunteer to share with us this activity, we are collecting the reeds, we are building. Uh, that's very huge amount of people. Actually, they are very interesting about to help us, to support us in what we are going to do. And the other thing actually related to this project, now we are working with some veterans who serve in U.S. Army, and they've been to Iraq, and they like Iraq, they like Iraqi culture. This is another connection, actually, another support we get from them. They always with us. They always help us in different ways. And now, yeah, the VA Medical Center became a part of our project, and many of the veterans who know something about Iraq, but they are attracted by Iraq, they're sharing with us in our work. Yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic. So you got the Iraqi veterans and immigrants, and also the U.S. Veterans,
Yeah.
Army
And
veterans, and
yeah,
so it's a nice combination of
exactly.
uh, uh,
Exactly. It's
you
very,
know it is a special skills in management. So you seem to have managed that and brought everybody together. And now, so you are actually working on this project, which is the Modif, which is the house. Tell us
yeah.
a little bit before you take us to a tour to
Okay.
this. This is really beautiful project,
Yeah.
and it is not as a cultural project. It's a historical project. It's a social project. As
Yeah.
you said, it sends a message not just about the idea of the house, but
Yeah.
the fact that the material is coming from the mother
Yeah.
nature, from the reeds, which people they don't like reeds. They think it's very invasive and they should get rid of it. But you trim it, but you use
Yeah.
it and put it in a good use. Yeah, go ahead.
You just you just you just went to the strong point in the project. Many people, they believe this is invasive. They say, okay, get rid of all this material. Is not useful at all. But we are here. We build with this material. It's very flexible to us. And the other thing, doctor, we are in actually the combination between the spirit of the space by the material, and also we are going to go deep to the social relationship inside Al-Mudif in Iraq, and we are going to transfer some of this, like when you enter the Mudif, you should shake hand from right. That's the rules. And hopefully we can shake hand by the time by the opening. Hopefully the situation will be much better. We are going to talk about coffee as a ritual inside Al-Mudif. We are going to talk about so many social activities inside. So we are going to have like, hopefully we are going to have a small Iraq healing space for everyone. Everyone could share opinion. Everyone could, we start to make friendship from here. So that's also another angle for our project.
It's well said. So let's go to and see small Iraq from your perspective and the cultural perspective.
So this is the entrance here. And the people here, they are so engaged with the material. And this is the entrance. So we are now in the finishing stage. We do the foundation, and this one, what we are doing here.
These are the sides.
This is the sides, and this is the entrance here again.
Yes, yes.
And this is the back of the Modif. There we
Okay.
are going to put some rags. Maybe later on we are going to put the coffee. The Iraqi coffee will be there to serve the people, to welcoming the people. Yeah.
What material are you going to use for the ceiling, the roof?
The ceiling. That's okay. I will show you 1 second. I will show you the ceiling because we have some people here. Actually, they are weaving. You can see the process.
Oh yes, hello.
Yeah. Hello. So people here are weaving the ceiling. Yep. We have a few pieces ready, and we are going to have more very soon. This is another group.
Mm.
Oh, so they do it here. Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Yep.
Oh, you can see my phone.
Yep. Yep. So all this is actually, this is the scenery here. We choose this space. There is something is very important is about the environment, because we are
Yes.
building in different environment. That's why we choose this location. Is more suitable because less windy. We don't want to
Less wind.
the
Yeah.
wind
So yeah.
yeah. We are trying to be like, we have some preparation for winter, for snow. In southern Iraq there is no snow, but here in Philadelphia we have it's snowing. That's why we have some preparation to be our plan to keep it as long as we can.
Was what's the significance of the Madif or the house in
Yep.
terms of the Iraqi culture and the relation between this kind of Madif and the coffee, because you mentioned coffee twice or more than twice. So could
Yes,
you put
exactly.
this in perspective for us, please?
Exactly. The first statement about Al-Mudif and about the life inside, what I read historically came from Miss Gertrude Bell when she been to Al-Mudif in southern Iraq in late of 1990, 1919, 1920. She been to Al-Mudif in southern Iraq, and she sent in her letters and to her father in her book to letters to from Baghdad. She say something about Al-Mudif, about the ritual. Like she mentioned that coffee is a ritual, because what I called the encoding and decoding message about the coffee inside the Al-Mudif. You know better than me about this, but I always share this with our friends here. I say when you go to Al-Mudif, you will find a tribe leader. He will be like a judge for some time, to solve the problems between people. So if you've been to Al-Mudif and the coffee person serve you the coffee, then you keep it aside, means you have something in your heart. You have something to say. So this is the hidden message. Only the tribe leader will understand. So this is another part of how creativity, how it's very smart hidden dialogue inside going inside. So when that's when you put the coffee aside. That means there is something to say. But if you just take the coffee and drink it immediately, means everything good. There is nothing to nothing to worry about. So this kind of life, people here, I don't think they know about this. That's what we are going to tell them, that here people are very and very proud of their space. They have their life, their social life inside. They have so many things going on. Is a court, is a school, is a forum, as a wedding a venue, as a funeral. Everything will be there. Yep.
Yaroub Al-Obaidi, you have it all. I wish you well, and I hope we will hear more positive stories about your project there, and probably bring it here also to Boston sometimes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for watching InFocus.